5 News.
Hi, I'm Ashton Tacker.
And I'm Jatinder Lidda.
And today in Film Fanatics on 5, our main topic is bbfc ratings and how films are given a rating depending on certain criteria.
Alright, we're going to pass it on to James.
Thanks guys from the studios. So the first rating I have for you guys is U. U is universal. A film should be suitable for audiences aged 4 years and over. In films rated U, only infrequent use of very mild bad language can be used, for example, damn and hell. There will not be any overt focus on sexual behaviour and language or innuendo. It may only contain a brief kiss or hug scene. Also, violence will be generally very mild and could contain a brief fight scene or moments where characters are placed in danger. However, they will be resolved quickly. Lastly, there will be no references to illegal drugs or drug misuse. Thanks guys. Now go over to John.
Thanks, James. PG stands for parental guidance. This means a film is suitable for general viewing, but some scenes may be unsuitable for young children, such as both. There can be bad language, such as however, the context and delivery are always important. Sex references are unlikely unless they are undetailed and infrequent. Violence will usually be mild, and there should be no detail of violence in a PG work. So while there may be some blood, we would not see how the injury was inflicted in strong detail. Alright, I'm going to pass it over to Martin.
Cheers, James. The BBFC's guidelines show that strong language may occasionally be shown at age ratings 12 and 12A. Also, they can show brief nudity, but must be shown discreetly. You're also allowed to show, at those ages, you're also allowed to show moderately strong violence, but you can't dwell too much on the context. So it's in the context of like a historical battle, you'd have to show, you could be able to show the battles, but you wouldn't be able to dwell too much on just that. Over to Tinashe.
Thanks, Martin. And what might I see in a 15 rated film or video? For example, the film The Last Exorcism. You may see any of the following: strong violence, frequently strong uses of language. For example, portrayals of sexual activity, strong verbal references to sex, sexual nudity, brief scenes of sexual violence or verbal references to sexual violence, discriminatory language or behaviour, and lastly, drug taking. There could potentially be a great deal. At 15, there is no upper limit on the number of uses of strong language. Occasionally, there may be the uses of the strongest terms, depending on the manner in which they are used. There may be racist, homophobic, or other discriminatory language. At 15, sexual activity can be portrayed, but usually without strong detail. Lastly, at 15, drug taking may be shown, but the work as a whole must not promote or encourage drug misuse. Thank you. Now back over to John.
Thanks, Tinashe. What sort of issues might I find in an 18 film or video? Very strong violence, very strong language, and very strong portrayals of sexual activity or scenes of sexual violence. Strong horror, strong blood, and gore, real sex. There is no limit on the number of uses of strong language which can even be passed at 18. Yes, at 18, violence can be strong and be portrayed with strong detail. There may even be dwelling on the infliction of pain or injury, or scenes of strong sadistic or sexual violence. Yes, at 18, drug taking may be shown, but the work as a whole must not promote or encourage drug misuse. Okay, I'm going to be passing it on back to Ashwin and Jatinder. Thanks.
Thanks John, James.
Tinashe and Martin.
This has been Film Fanatic on 5 with today's topic on bbfc ratings on films.
I'm Jatinder Lidda.
And I'm Ashton Tacker.